He was barefoot, hungry, shaking in the cold. And when the shopkeeper looked down at the poor little boy standing in front of him, he expected begging. But instead, the boy said something no one expected. "Please don't give it to me for free. I promise one day when I am rich, I will come back and pay you." The shop fell silent. People laughed. Some shook their heads. No one believed him. But 20 years later, a black luxury car stopped in front of that same shop, and what happened next left the entire town in tears. The boy's name was Ayan. He was 9 years old, thin as a shadow, with clothes that were never clean no matter how hard his mother tried. His sandals were broken, and most days, he walked barefoot through dusty streets that burned his feet in summer and froze them in winter. Ayan lived in a single-room house made of cracked bricks and rusted tin sheets. When it rained, water leaked through the roof. When it was cold, the wind slipped through the walls as if they didn't exist. His father had died when Ayan was just 6. An accident at a construction site. No compensación. No justice. Just a body returned home and a family forgotten. From that day on, Ayan's childhood ended. Ayan's mother, Safia, worked wherever she could. Some days she cleaned houses. Some days she washed dishes. Some days she found no work at all. She never complained. She never cried in front of her son. At night, when she thought Ayan was asleep, she would sit in the dark and whisper prayers, asking God for just one thing. "Please, don't let my child go hungry." But hunger was a daily visitor. Ayan learned early how to ignore the pain in his stomach. He drank water to feel full. He learned how to smile even when he was weak. And one winter afternoon, hunger pushed him to do something he would never forget. The grocery shop stood at the corner of the street. Bright lights, warm air, the smell of fresh bread. Ayan stood outside for a long time, staring through the glass window. His hands were red from the cold. His lips were dry and cracked. Inside, people were buying food without thinking twice. Rice, flour, milk, things Ayan hadn't tasted in days. His mother hadn't eaten since morning, so he could have the last piece of flatbread at home. Ayan made a decision. He pushed the door open. The bell above the door rang. The shopkeeper, Mr. Karim, looked up. He was in his late 50s, with tired eyes and a permanent frown carved into his face from years of work. "Yes," he said impatiently. Ayan swallowed hard. "Uncle, can I have some bread?" Mr. Karim looked him up and down. "No money, no food," he replied sharply. The boy nodded. "I know," Ayan said softly. "But can you please give me some on credit?" People in the shop turned to look. Mr. Karim sighed. "I'm not a charity." Ayan's voice trembled, but he stood his ground. "I promise," he said, raising his head. "I will pay you when I am rich." The shop went quiet. Then someone laughed. Another customer whispered, "Kids these days." Mr. Karim shook his head. "Rich?" he scoffed. "You?" Ayan nodded firmly. "Yes, uncle. I swear." Mr. Karim stared at the boy. Something in Ayan's eyes stopped him. Not desperation, not fear. Hope. Real stubborn hope. With an annoyed sigh, Mr. Karim grabbed a loaf of bread and a small packet of milk. "Take it and go," he said. "Don't come back." Ayan's eyes widened. "But, uncle, I said go." Ayan bowed his head respectfully. "One day," he said, his voice steady, "I will come back, and I will pay you more than this." Mr. Karim waved him away. The boy ran home through the cold, clutching the food like treasure. Mr. Karim forgot the incident by the next day. But Ayan never did. That night, Ayan shared the bread with his mother. Safia cried silently as she ate. "Where did this come from?" she asked. Ayan told her everything. She held his face in her hands. "My son," she said, "never forget kindness, and never forget promises." Ayan nodded. "I won't," he said. "I swear." That promise became his fire. Life didn't suddenly improve. Ayan worked after school. He carried bags, cleaned shops, delivered newspapers. He studied under streetlights when electricity failed. Teachers noticed his intelligence. One teacher, Mr. Rashid, began staying late to help him. "Education is your way out," he told him. Ayan listened. He worked harder than anyone. When others played, he studied. When others slept, he practiced. Failure came often, but quitting never crossed his mind. At 17, Ayan earned a scholarship. At 22, he graduated top of his class. At 25, he started a small tech company with borrowed money. The first year failed. The second year almost destroyed him. The third year, everything changed. One product went viral. Investors noticed. Money flowed in. Ayan didn't celebrate. He remembered the shop, the bread, the promise. By the time Ayan was 30, he was wealthy. Not just comfortable. Rich. Luxury apartment. International travel. Business awards. But he still lived simply. He still wore modest clothes. And one night, he told his assistant, "Tomorrow, we're going somewhere important." The black car stopped in front of the old grocery shop. The sign was faded. The paint chipped. Mr. Karim was older now. Slower. Tired. Ayan stepped out. Well-dressed. Confident. Calm. He walked inside. The bell rang. Mr. Karim looked up. "Yes?" he asked. Ayan smiled. "Uncle, do you remember a boy who promised to pay you when he became rich?" Mr. Karim frowned. Then his eyes widened. "Ayan." Ayan placed an envelope on the counter. Inside was a check. Not for the price of bread. Not even 10 times more. It was enough to change Mr. Karim's life. "I came to keep my promise," Ayan said. Mr. Karim's hands shook. "You didn't have to," he whispered. "Yes," Ayan replied. "I did." Tears filled the old man's eyes. "I didn't believe you," he admitted. "I know," Ayan said gently. "But you helped me anyway." Ayan bought the shop. He gave Mr. Karim ownership back, rent-free. He paid for his medical care. He renovated the store. And above the counter he placed a sign, "Kindness always comes back." That poor boy didn't just return with money. He returned with gratitude, with honor, with a promise fulfilled. Because true wealth isn't what you earn. It's what you remember.